This is a Little People, Big World April 2023 update. Time to catch up with Amy, Matt, Jeremy, Zach, and Jacob Roloff. This month, Tori posted a cryptic message about big changes. Matt started building his new house on the farm, and Zach returned home from the hospital to recuperate from basically brain surgery. First of all, we need to talk about the fact that Tori insinuated that there are big changes coming for them. I personally interpreted this as them maybe not coming back next season. There have been rumblings about this. I've seen it for years. So have they jumped ship? Remember when she told fans on Instagram that she thought their time on the show was coming to a close? Now she says this. Tori recently posted this picture and said, "There are a lot of big changes on the horizon for Zach and I and our family. I'm really looking forward to all the new things that we get to do together while also saying goodbye to things we've done forever. This summer is going to be a lot of fun, but also a lot of growth." She then goes on about how she wants to do more on Instagram. She has been doing like sponsored posts and stuff like that. I'll take it as a hint, but who knows? Zach and Tori have had a rough few months, honestly, with Zach undergoing emergency surgery to fix the shunt in his brain. Once Zach got back home from this pretty serious procedure, he gave fans an update on his Instagram. He said, "Hey everyone, I'm back home and recovering. Thank you to everyone who have reached out or came by the house to support Tori and the kids. It's been an emotional week, but hopefully on the road to recovery. I had a shunt revision surgery after getting really sick. The shunt has always been something I've had but became very real this past week for our family. Thank you to Tori for being the rock this week in our family and rallying the kids, my mom for coming up twice in the night so I could go to the ER, and the doctors and nurses at the hospital who advocated for me and continue to advocate and care for the patients every day. I'm happy to be home, but thinking about everyone still in the ER, ICU, or neurology that can't be home yet." So very happy that Zach is on the way to recovery. I'm sure that was absolutely so scary. After a rough few months, Tori escaped with her girlfriends to her favorite place, her happy place, Disneyland. She loves it. She's definitely a Disney mom. And she had just been there with her family literally earlier in the year with Zach and the kids. So her second time in a very short time frame. And as soon as she got back, she says that the door broke and Jackson is sick. So that's just like getting back to real life after vacation, right? So let's go to Amy and Chris. Amy and Chris have been playing pickleball lately. They're living that pickleball life with their friends, and Amy posted this Instagram story that said, "What Florida bound best neighborhood with friends?" And it looks like there's like a sold sign, and we know that Chris and Amy went to Florida to visit family a few weeks ago. I mean, are they buying a house down there? What is happening exactly? Is this their friends buying the house? I'm so confused by this post. Speaking of houses, Matt and Caryn have something pretty major going on Roloff Farms. Building has started on their new house. They put up the first walls, and the progress has been pretty quick. This is what the house looks like now. And this is basically all that Matt's posting about at the moment. Obviously, this is like a front and center project, and I'm sure the house is gonna look great. Someone in the comments said something like, "Don't forget to make a room for Chris, ha ha ha." And Matt actually replied and thought it was funny. And yes, the Matt and Chris bromance. I still don't know how I feel about it. It's cute in a way, but I mean, is this good for Amy? I don't know. Matt also went last minute to Vegas to help his friend at some construction equipment expo there or something. Jeremy and Audrey, meanwhile, they recently also went to Disneyland, guys. So they took their kids to Disneyland, so more Disneyland content from the Roloffs. And Audrey says that when she announced on Instagram that they were going to Disneyland, they actually got a lot of negative comments about it for some reason. Something about not being Christian, which is kind of crazy to me. I mean, is Disney World and Disneyland controversial? Audrey revealed which sister-in-law she's closest to in a Q&A, and this may surprise you or may not. She had said, "I'm probably the closest right now with Isabel because Jacob and Isabel live the closest to us, so we see them most." I'm not surprised, but earlier in the seasons, like back in the day, I always thought like Tori and Audrey were quite close, but you know, the family feud probably had an impact on their friendship, obviously, so there you have it. I mean, Tori and Zach aren't that far, are they? Like, people are acting like they're so far, but they're like, what, 30, 40 minutes? Jeremy, who usually has a project or two on the go, remember when Matt used to call him Farm Boy when he was little? That was kind of sweet, actually. He says he hasn't been building in a while. He said, "I haven't built something in a while and I miss it. I'm motivated to get the shop organized and set up. The kids have been hanging out watching me and it's amazing." Jeremy is a big nature guy and loves to go on hikes with the kids, and recently he and Audrey have been like running, like going on dates and just like running like a 10K or something, which is, I mean, they're overachievers for sure. Audrey and Jeremy also got chickens and the cutest cat that ever lived, who they called Aspen. Okay, so let's go to Jacob Roloff. So he lives on the farm, on Roloff Farms, on the property, but I think he said recently he doesn't really like intend on buying it, like a la Jeremy or Zach, let's say. Anyways, Jacob is building this greenhouse and posted this, and someone in the comments said something like, "I'm sorry, your dream is to grow you know what." I'm not going to say it because YouTube. And Jacob replied underneath and said, "No, I already grow that." And he said his dream is to run a market and sell herbs and vegetables. Didn't they do that at the farm with peaches and stuff in the earlier seasons? Oh, and he's also reading about the Korean War. Big reader, that Jacob. All right, guys, let me know what you thought about this update in the comment. Do you think that Tori and Zach are leaving the show finally? I mean, she did say that earlier about how their time was probably coming to a close or whatever, but I kind of worry because it's such a big platform for them to be on that it must help them out quite a bit. All right, so definitely like this video and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hope you enjoyed my Little People Big World April 2023 update. Bye, guys.